Hiya, just a really short video going on from the videos that I shared yesterday around the lymph and the kidneys. I wanted to do a little short video specifically on kidneys for you because getting the lymph to move is a lot easier than getting the kidneys to filter. So there's lots of ways we can get the stagnant lymph moving. And it's much easier than it is with the kidneys. So I thought if I do a little short video on specifically the kidneys, and then we can, perhaps it's easier if I do these little short ones. It's easier for you to take in and digest. So obviously we have two kidneys, the third kidney being the skin. The skin, I would say to you, if you're struggling with getting the kidneys to filter, then go for the skin first. Sweating, saunas, steam rooms, that sort of thing, because it's a much easier one to get filtering than the kidneys. So this is our third kidney. The saunas that you can buy, the little portable pop-up ones, is what I've got at home, and they're fabulous and they're not that expensive to get. You can get them on eBay, Amazon. I think I got mine off of FaceBay, off the marketplace, off of a guy that was selling them on there. I think I paid like 65 quid for mine. But yeah, I've got the infrared one purely because I didn't want to get the steamy one and have all that steam in my room, making everything really damp. Potentially you could use it in the bathroom, I guess. I do use mine in the bathroom, and I'm looking at having my shower converted at the moment into some form of steam room because of the benefits. So I'm just looking at having that done. But yeah, the pop-up saunas, or if you can go to your local gym, or if there's a health spa, get the skin sweating and get the lymph moving out through that way. Now the kidneys, you will have one that's slightly stronger than the other in filtering, or one that's slightly weaker than the other. We have two blood pressures, and the kidneys and the adrenals are responsible for blood pressures on the left side, the right side. When you have your blood pressure taken, the readings you've got systolic and diastolic, they actually represent the adrenals and the kidneys. So whether that's high or low will tell you whether you've got low, like hypo or hyper functioning adrenals and kidneys. So we use blood pressure readings to not just look at your blood pressure, but to have a look at how the adrenals are working and how the kidneys are working. It won't tell you if they're filtering, but it certainly tells you whether they're weak, strong, hyperactive, hypoactive, and whether they're actually functioning at all or not. With the kidneys, ways that we can get them working, and I spoke about this in the other video, there are herbs and botanicals that work. There's a protocol where you can use dates and lemons. I'll try and find a link to it and share it in the group if you want to try that. I have tried eating dates, so dates before you go to bed. So you'd have like 2 or 3 dates before you go to bed, and they're supposed to help open the kidneys up overnight. Then obviously having hot lemon water in the morning is very good for the liver, pancreas, digestive system, and the kidneys. So if you incorporate those together, that's a way of helping them to open. Castor oil packs is one that I would really recommend, and you can do that every day with a castor oil pack. I have done a YouTube video which I shared in here before, but I can share the link again if you need it. But yeah, castor oil packs on the kidneys, leave that on for half an hour with some heat. That will really help to start opening up the kidneys. The most effective one I've found, which I said yesterday, is the Andreas Moretz kidney tea. I can share a link for that. For those of you in the United States, I don't know how easy it will be to get. I get it from Europe. It is quite expensive, but a bag lasts you a long time. So it is worth it, and it has really helped my kidney. I can filter within a day of drinking that herb. Dr. Morse does his tinctures. They're all really good ways of getting the kidneys to filter. You just need to persevere. If you have come in with genetically weak kidneys, which some of us have, then you are going to struggle to get them filtering quickly. So you just need to keep chipping away at it. The thing is with this is just to keep going, and it can get disheartening, and you can think, they're not filtering, I'm just going to give up. But you just need to keep going, because eventually it will pop through and they will filter. But one of the things I want to mention is that obviously we're looking at all the physical ways of helping them to filter. But one of the, because we're working, don't forget Radical Wellness, we work on the mind, body and soul. So we need to look at the kidneys at that energetic level and at the emotional level. You know, you can use acupuncture is another way that you can help the kidneys to open. If you go and see an acupuncturist and tell them that your kidneys are not filtering and you want to get the channels opening, then hopefully if you've got a really good acupuncturist, you need to go to a real Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine acupuncturist for that, not the Western acupuncture, because that's more for pain and pain management and stuff. You need a TCM practitioner for acupuncture and get them to work on opening up those kidney channels, because that will help. But you also need to start looking at the emotional aspects. What are we holding in those kidneys emotionally? So what you can do with that is you use the breath. So you breathe with the eyes closed and you drop into the body and you begin to listen to that bodily wisdom and you feel into the kidney area. And you'll start to feel left kidney, right kidney. And you'll start to ask yourself little wonder questions like, how are they feeling? Is one side tighter than the other? Do they feel different? So you're asking all these little wonder questions to get feedback from the body about how they're feeling. Do they feel tight and contracted? Are they open and flowing? Is one pulsing and one like a rock? How are they feeling? And what are they looking like? So once you start to breathe with that, you'll start to get pictures, images, thoughts, feelings arising, and it's just taking note of everything. You may get emotions coming up that have been trapped in those kidneys, and that's fine. You just breathe and allow whatever needs to come up and through you. You know, it may be a deep held grief, it may be anxieties, it could be all sorts. So just feel into them and allow whatever needs to come up, because that's another thing that will block the flow of the kidneys being able to filter out all of this junk and rubbish. Is there anything else I wanted to mention about the kidneys that can help? So we've done all the ways of getting them to filter physically. Emotionally is very important, looking at the emotions, using the acupuncture. So kidneys obviously are very closely, well, they're closely linked to the adrenals. The adrenals sit on top of the kidneys and they actually, is part of the endocrine system. The adrenals are part of the endocrine system and they are what deal with controlling the kidneys. They also, so if we have high levels of anxiety in our life, that will be the adrenals that are being affected. These sort of things can really affect the kidneys not filtering. So if you have a high level of stress or anxiety, you then need to start looking at the adrenals as well and how you can look to getting the adrenals to function properly, because the adrenals will deal with releasing all the stress hormones in the body. They are what deal with our flight or fight actions. So if we have high levels of stress and the adrenals are they're hyperactive, or even if they're hypo, you'll be getting adrenal fatigue, exhaustion. If they're hyper, you're going to be like mega anxieties and stresses. So we need to bring those back into balance, because that too will then help the kidneys begin to filter. Again, you need to look and breathe into the adrenals, what emotions are being held there. Look at your life and see where there are anxieties and stresses and where you can start to remove them. Grounding, earthing and sun gazing are amazing for helping to balance the endocrine system and especially the adrenals, and it helps to release the relaxing hormones and helps everything to calm and settle. So if you just go and spend 10 minutes barefoot on the ground outside, whether it's sunny or not, if it's sunny, sun gaze as well. If it isn't, just barefoot on the ground and breathe. Everything in life comes back to the breath. You're born on the in-breath and you die on an out-breath. Everything in life is linked to the breath, and I will do a short video on the breath at a later date. But everything comes back to the breath. So when you're feeling into the kidneys, when you're feeling into the adrenals, when you're out there earthing, bring your body back into the breath and just calm everything. Feel into the kidneys. Ask the kidneys, why aren't you filtering? What can I do to support you in helping you to filter? This is where listening to your bodily wisdom comes in, and you need to start practicing this to really master this journey and this pathway. And again, that will be another little snippet video on bodily wisdom. But for now, those are the ways that you can start helping those kidneys. Feel them. Feel any blocked emotions that are going on in them. Feel into the adrenals. Have a look what's going on into there. Earth. Get out there, do some grounding and earthing and sun gazing. Bring in the botanicals and the herbs. Castor oil packs. Acupuncture. So these are all really beneficial ways. And sweat. Somehow get yourself sweating, whether that be rebounding, whether it be through the sauna or a steam room, but get your skin sweating and body brushing, you know. These are all ways that are not only going to help with the lymph, but they're going to help your kidneys start eliminating. So I hope you found that beneficial. I'll be on again soon doing a little short snippet on another topic. I'll try and keep them short like this because it makes it much easier for you. So until next time, I'll speak to you all very soon. Love you lots.